SHMACKEMAGOB. What's up, everybody? Hey, I have somebody. I mean, dude, seriously, I love you, man. It's Mr. Jackson Rawding. What's up, brother?
Love you too, Ralph. Yeah, what time you got to this?
It's a very cool dude that donates and sends me cool shit. Like Morgana Le Fay, and a few other things, but he sent me this right here. Jag Panzer's Ample Destruction, which is a classic. And if you want to talk about this, Jackson, this is not the original album cover. This is actually from a bootleg, correct?
Yes, that is correct. It's they had bootlegs going around back in the day with that, and then eventually for reissues, like now they're like, we'll just use that cover from a bootleg for it, which I thought was kind of creative. That album has so many covers. I'm trying to look for the shitty Canadian cover because I have that version. It's so bad, but it's probably the rarest vinyl in my collection. Let's see here. Oh no, that's not it.
Well, I got some. Is it one of the posters that this brings? Because here's one of the posters.
It might.
Is it this one?
That's the European release, the European version. It's this one. I found it right here.
Oh, wow. I never even seen that one because I saw the other one. God damn, that makes it 4 album covers.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
What is that?
What's going on there?
Yeah, I don't know. And they even gave a reissue with that cover, and I'm like, why? It's horrible. It's the worst cover.
Yeah, but this is really cool, man. This brings 2 posters in. It's a purple vinyl, it's purple.
It didn't give that in the description because I know you like your vinyl black, so I was like, well.
You know what? I've changed my tune on that. I still would prefer black vinyl, but I used to have a problem with color vinyl because it didn't sound as good as the black ones, but now they do.
Oh.
Yeah, now color vinyl. But, I still got this affection for black vinyl because of, how I was raised. All my vinyls were black. And I like black, man. It's like, the color of my heart. And, but anyway, dude, let's talk about this, man. Now, I want to hear how you discovered this really old school band because you are a young man.
Yes, I discovered when I was about 17, 18-ish. 18. And I remember my friend and I were ordered bootlegged VHS of he got a Blind Guardian one. I got a Iced Earth one for the tour of Something Wicked. And it's funny because the show was like from Florida. I think it was Miami or Fort Lauderdale bootleg. And his came with the Power Metal Alliance like demo thing. And after he's done with it, he's like, here, you can have this. And I was listening to it. And there's a few bands that this got me into, but I heard the Jag Panzer that had the Take to the Sky from Mechanized Warfare on there. And I was like, damn, this is an awesome band. It blew me away, that song. I'm like, I have to get this album. So I went to the record store at the time, which was A&B Sound, and they had it there. I didn't have to special order it. And it was amazing because I heard the whole thing. The album was like, I got to get more of this stuff. So eventually there's a sale there, and I bought like the Age of Mastery and a couple others, but I could never find the original album for the first album. I had to download it, and I heard it, and there's nobody who was carrying it. So I had it pirated for the longest time. And I'm like, why isn't there any reissues of this album? This album's fucking awesome when I first heard it. I was like blown away how good this album was. And I was on a quest. I was obsessed to get like it on vinyl and had to own almost every reissue. I got 3 copies of it on vinyl. But it's like one of my favorite albums, and that's pretty much the story how I discovered the band.
What bootleg again from Fort Lauderdale? What band was that?
I think it's from Fort Lauderdale or Miami. The show with Iced Earth.
All right, yeah, it was Fort Lauderdale because they never played Miami, and I was at that show. That was Iced Earth and Children of Bodom. No, I'm sorry, Iced Earth and Tear. You know the band Tear?
Yeah.
and I think there was somebody else on the bill. But they've only played for a lot. Iced Earth only came down here one time, and they are from Florida. I mean, I drove up to Orlando to see the Glorious Burden tour, but that was the first time I saw them, so I only seen them twice. And it was with the last singer they had, right? That bootleg.
Bootleg, no, with bootleg I saw from Florida was it was with Matt Barlow. It was for the it was for it was like Something Wicked tour
In Fort Lauderdale?
Well, I gotta check. I was looking for my
Yeah, that has to be wrong because I've never seen Matt Barlow live, and I was already a fan of Iced Earth at the time.
It was in Florida. That's what it said on the tape. I'm trying.
Yeah, it's probably North Florida somewhere.
So
you know, Florida is huge. You know, it takes about 9 hours to drive out of here from where I am. It's huge. Florida is a huge, huge state. You know, I always have people like, "Hey, Ralph, I'm going to be in Orlando, man. I'd love to see you." I go, "You know, Orlando's like 5 hours from me." You know, so yeah, it's somewhere. It had to be North Florida. But anyway, I've known about Jag Panzer. I used to do a college radio show, and you know, the DJ loved Jag Panzer, and he was playing, and I dug it, you know. And then I saw them. I think it was 2001 in Tampa at a festival called Sun and was it Sun and Steel? Yeah, I think it was the Sun and Steel Fest, and I saw them there. They had what's the guy from Megadeth?
Chris Broderick.
Chris Broderick was their guitar player.
Nah.
And you know, I dug them, you know, but man, you know, here's the thing, dude. It's like I'm not rich. You know, I can't buy everything.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
And I do have a Jag. Damn, I should have pulled it out. I do own a Jag Panzer CD that's just a little cardboard. You know, it's not a jewel case. I think it was a promo thing. I dig them, you know, and but I've never really dived into it. And you sent me this, and dude, I played this a lot. And
Oh yeah.
I really dig this album, and I remember seeing this way back in the what year is this? Is that mid-80s, right?
84, and it came out the same month as Wasp's debut album in August. I checked the date.
Wow. Well, I did see it in import shops. I remember that the horse with the samurai guy, you know, and I used to take chances on albums back then, and it was a cool cover, but you know, I didn't have enough money. I probably bought, you know, like a Merciful Fate or a Venom album instead that day because it was hard to buy everything, especially as poor as I was at that time. But this is a great album. It's an awesome album. I listened to it twice today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I listened to it once. I did some cleaning, and then I sat down and played it again and took notes on my computer. So I have notes here so I can talk about each and every track. And what do you say we get into this?
Yes.
Tell me what you think of the first track, which is called License to Kill.
I love it. It's a great burst through the door. Take No Prisoners, kick-ass, kind of excellent opening track. It just gets the mood going. It's just like, it gets you pumped to hear the rest of the album. I think it's fantastic. It's one of my favorites of the album.
Yeah, it's a killer opener, man. I think it's a ripping track. It's fast-paced. I love how Harry hits the high notes during the song. I love it, man. I think it's a cool opener and really does set the mood of what you're about to hear because there's no mistaking when you listen to License to Kill, you know how the rest of the album's going to be, you know. But, you know, I mean, it is different. I mean, no songs sound the same, but it just shows you're about to listen to a traditional kick-ass metal album. And then the next track is Warfare. What do you think of this one?
It's my least favorite off the album, but I still like it. It's still a banger. I still think it's a good song. I really like Harry's vocals on that track as well. Somebody, the guy I used to be friends with in high school, we were listening to this song where we kind of goofed on the lyrics a bit and made our own version called It's Welfare instead of Warfare because it sounds like it's saying welfare, not warfare. And we just kind of stuck with me. Although I forget our own version we both wrote together, but we just kind of. I still like it though. It's fun. It's a good song, and I like I just like how it goes too. But compared to everything else on the album, I love everything else more on it.
Right on. This song has an opening riff that's been done so many times, but everybody takes this riff and kind of makes it a little different. You know, like give you an example: 2 Minutes to Midnight, Flash Rockin' Man, except.
Yeah, I kind of got those vibes too from it. It's probably why it's one of my least favorite off the album. But
A lot of bands use this riff. There's a million bands with a million songs that have this riff, but I think it's really good, you know. And also, I'm telling you, that riff doesn't get old. I don't care what it looks like. Every band that copies this riff and does this riff, all those songs are great. You know, I just, you know, I never get tired. And dude, this ain't my least favorite. I like this song a lot, actually. I think it's a slamming mid-tempo metal track, man. I think it's another ripping track. I dig it. What do you think of the next one, Symphony of Terror?
oh, I love it. It's great. Another one of my favorites. It's the best song about Nosferatu in my opinion, and it's just like I like the lyrics to it, the dark mood it gives, and the drums in it going through it. It's a good song. It's killer. I like how his voice sounds on it too. Harry's. It's good. I listen to this one a lot. I'll repeat if I have it too on well if I have my iPod with me or I listen to it on the go. So it's definitely on my playlist. You?
Love it. It's got the gallop, the metal gallop that I can never get enough of. I love my favorite part of the song is that breakdown. It has this very catchy breakdown section, those riffages that are going on, and you know, like the band, you know, dude, it's fucking awesome. It's one of my favorites on here, actually.
Yeah,
I
nice.
I love Symphony of Terror. How about Harder Than Steel? What do you think of that one?
Awesome and metal anthem. I think it's got like a great metal anthem kind of song. It gives me some Manowar vibes with that song, and the lyric. It's just a fun, good, straightforward driving metal tune, headbanger for sure. And I love the way Harry screams on that song. His screams on that are really good. It's it's a fun banger. It's a great tune. I like it a lot. It's just nothing complicated, just fucking heavy metal.
Yeah, it's traditional metal greatness, man. But do you know the song "Rod of Iron" by Lizzie Borden?
Oh, I'm not as familiar with Lizzie Borden. I'm a casual Lizzie Borden listener, so I don't really know that one. I'll check
Dude,
it
it's
after.
very similar in a section. I don't think it's a ripoff. I think it's very coincidental because I believe Rod of Iron came out like the same year, you know. But there is a structure to this song that's so much like Rod of Iron. But Rod of Iron is like mellow, and then when it gets heavy, I hear it so much in this song. And it's really cool though, you know. And another thing that I love about this album is the poverty production. There's
Yeah,
something so special to me, you know, as a kid when I used to buy albums that sounded like this, like that, you know, which most people bitch. Oh, I hate the sound of it. It to me, it kind of like because that was my thing, dude. I used to go to this place called oh my god, Open Books Records, where you would find stuff you can't find anywhere else. A lot of imports, Raven, Anvil, and Merciful Fate, and Venom, and Metallica, when nobody knew who Metallica was. It's the only place you can buy it. And a lot of those records had this type of production. And what was very special about this sound to me was it made it my band. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you don't need no slick, you don't need a big record company to do kick-ass music. And this has that sound that I loved about those uh, early metal albums of the 80s that not a lot of people knew who these bands were. Tokyo Blade and, you know, even though Tokyo Blade had a better production, but I'm just saying. But
they're
it's a great track. I love it.
like so. Speaking of poverty production, Manila Road has like that poverty production too, but I really like it for that as well. And I think some bands just make it work better than others, and some band it just like it fits the style for like straightforward heavy metal or like I want to. I don't know. It's just something about it from my perspective because I'm like the younger dude where it fits bands like that more, if that makes any sense to you. And then some
No,
bands
it does. It does, but not only the bands, it's mainly the songs.
Yeah.
Because if I hear poverty production to songs that do nothing for me, then yeah, it kind of like ruins it. Because but for the most part, man, I mean, like I love Killing Is My Business. I hate the remastered. I love it to sound primitive. You know, a lot of people, you know, people bitch about like Blizzard of Oz or Born Again from Black Sabbath. It's like I don't want those albums to sound any different than what they sound like. It adds charm.
And then I got speaking of poverty production, like if you the Jag Panzer, this is like their demos kind of, and they threw all the demos together on this like the Tyrants thing, and this is like way step down from the the Apple Destruction. This one.
But oh, you talking about the production of it?
Yeah, this is like they're almost like their demos put together. It's like a precursor before Ample Destruction, but it's got all the stuff there. And like a song, when we get to it, I'll talk about the original version of it on this one and compare it to it. But we'll get there. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Okay. Well, yeah, I love Heart of Steel. What do you think of generally Hostile?
Oh, I love that song. It's so good, especially the end. It's funny. It's one of those songs where it's like I love the whole song, but the end is like the best part. I just love that speedy blast drum where they're going, "No mercy, no mercy." They're just chanting that out, and I'm just like fucking pumped like that. I love the end part. It's one of those rare songs where I love the whole thing, but the end is just the best.
Yeah, it's a great build up at the end. It is a relentless track. It's slamming double bass drums. Dude's pounding on this track, man. And to me, the band is killing it as well. And as you know, Harry adds that killer delivery to the fast paced thing. And this may be my favorite track off the album.
It's definitely one of mine. We're getting my favorite song pretty soon.
All right. Well, how about the Watching? What do you think of that one?
I think this song's the dark horse on the album. Personally, to me, it's kind of hard saying that when this album's like kind of underground in the first place. But like, there's other songs that really kind of, I think, for other people, when I talk to this about this album, a few people who are fans about it, or nobody really brings this song up off this album, and I just think it's awesome. I just really like the marching riff a bit, and it's like, I think it's the way Harry's vocals are and the way he sings the song. It's like he's telling a story, and the way he sings it. And I love the solo too on this album. The Watching, like the little march beat at the beginning. Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, I like the vocals and I love the solo, but again, I mean, this is fairly new. I've been listening to this for like, I don't know, maybe 2 months now. I've listened to it at least once a week since you got me this. And but it is my least favorite. It could be a grower in the future. I'm not saying it's a bad song, but what I've heard so far and what's coming up after this, I enjoy more. So it would say, you know, maybe this is a killer filler, maybe I would say, you know. But it is my least favorite on here.
I first listened to this album back in the day. It was my least favorite track, but it just over the time just grew on me, and I really like it. But I can definitely understand people not being like, it's kind of forgettable or filler. But yeah, because it took me about, I think about 10 years ago or so, and then I was like, yeah, I know what, the song is awesome. Actually, it's really good.
Yeah, it may happen to me, man. It may be a grower that I'll like a lot. All right, the next one's a little instrumental called Interlude. What would you say about this?
It's funny because it wasn't on the original album. Actually, it's added to it, but it's added to other versions. But I do like it and I do enjoy it. And I obviously, back in the day when I I first heard the album, it was on there, and I didn't know it wasn't on the original album until I picked up the original first pressing when I had it. But yeah, it's fine for what it is. I wish it was a little bit longer, but it's fine.
Yeah, oh man, listening to this, I picture hobbits dancing in the Shire. You know, It's out there, man. It's got that Lord of the Rings little happy-go-lucky. But you know, I would say this is my least favorite, but it's not a song, man. It's hardly a song. It's a tiny
Uh,
instrumental.
well,
You know?
you didn't put it in my least favorite either. It's a little instrumental. It's not. That's otherwise, if it counted as a song, it would be my least favorite too.
Yeah. Something tells me Reign of the Tyrants may be your favorite.
You guessed it. Oh, I fucking love that song. And what originally used to be is called Under the Knife, and the original version of it to me is terrible. And this version rules, and it is my favorite song on the album. And this version, I'm glad it originally almost didn't make it to this album. They got to put it on there towards the end when they finished it, and it's like they had to kind of rework it. But this version that made it on the album was way better than what's on the Tyrants, the Under the Knife version. You can find it on YouTube. I don't like that version. It's way different and not my thing. It's really kick ass. I love the riff. This song could have been the opener, I feel, too, on the album, and where it's placed, I like it too. It's still fine. I get the the movie. Obviously, you know the movie, the Warriors. I get that kind of vibes from it, like they're trying to write a song about the Warriors in the movie. That's just from my opinion, my perspective. When I listen to it, and it's the whole band is killer. The vocals from Harry are just stellar, and same with the guitars. And the whole band's just firing on all four cylinders or six cylinders, whatever. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. It's my favorite on here. You know, it's like right from the start, I already know this was gonna rule because that beginning is so badass, and it just continues to be badass all the way through, and it's a crushing track, man. It's definitely my favorite off here, man. I absolutely love Reign of the Tyrants. If I was still doing my radio show, I'll be playing this fucker. It's a great track. All right, the next one is called Cardiac Arrest. How about this one? What do you think?
I love it too. It's just short, straight to the point, and the screaming riffs at the beginning are awesome too. It's a good rockin' tune, and it's a really good solo in the song too. But I just like those screaming guitars that it has in there, you know?
Yeah, I love what the rhythm section is doing. That the little, you can kind of hear the bass in one part with the drums. You know, the way it's just a cool structured song. And it's solid. It's just a solid rhythm section. I think kind of like is the VIP of this, but what the guitars is doing fucking awesome, and Harry's fucking delivering it. Cardiac, and it's kind of catchy too. You know the way the whole heart attack thing is. You know, it's got a good catch groove. I really like this song a lot actually. But the next one is the epic track. I mean, this is the epic of the album, which is called The Crucifix. What do you think of this one?
Oh, I fucking love it. And you know what? When I was listening to this more, and actually both this year I was listening to before a review and at times I'm like thinking to myself, this sounds like their version of like Number of the Beast combined with Hallowed Be Thy Name kind of in one song. And get that feeling like lyrically and kind of the way it's structured. It's not ripping it off, I don't think, at all. Because I didn't think that back in the day, but I just feel like when I listen to it, and it's kind of like that's their take, almost like it's like their Number of the Beast, Hallowed Be Thy Name, and I just like the way the Tyrant sings and the vocal work he does, and the whole part where he screams out with that like burn his number into his flesh, 666. He's like the final verse. I love that part. That's like my favorite part in the song. And yeah, it's a great song. The whole band sounds great. There's the bass and the drums in it. It's good. It's funny because it doesn't feel that long to me when I listen to it. It goes by fast. Like it's a 7-minute and 30-second song, and it feels like 4 minutes in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and usually when a track is long, you call it the epic track. But there's a lot of songs that are short that are epic. So I wasn't really calling this the epic one because it's long. I love the light and the shade in the song and also the buildup of it. But I got a question for you about this song. Is this like, because to me it sounds like this would be like a fan favorite. Would you say like the Jag Panzer fans point at this song you know, like other, you know, like let's say Iron Maiden, where you were saying how a lot of fans point at "Hallowed Be Thy Name" as the epic, you know, greatest. Is there fans that would say that about Crucifix?
I would see, because I see it on some of their set lists. I've never seen them live. It's on my bucket list to see them live. I watch, but I don't see it on every set list, but it does appear. And when fans have talked about it, or I've talked about it with other people, like half of them say this is their favorite song on there. Other half will say either Reign of Tyrants, or they'll say License to Kill. So, but it's not as big as I thought it would be, but it's still, a lot of people do like this song, though, that I've talked to. A small.
I saw Harry perform maybe right before the pandemic. The Three Tremors. I saw the Three Tremors. You know about that, right?
Yeah, I know. Did he do the song?
No, no.
Oh my god, if he did, I'd be super jealous.
No. I'm just saying I saw him. And I got a picture with him and shit. Cool dude. Yeah, like I said, I love this song. I love the light and the shade. I like the build up. It's a great metal, epic metal track. I think this album ends really good though, man. Tell me what you think of Black Sunday.
It's the bonus track, actually.
Oh,
and
is it?
And it wasn't on the original version. Yeah, the original version I have on vinyl. I'll just show you so I'm not full of shit and you don't think like I'm just fucking.
No, I believe you. It is on the version you got me though.
Yeah, it is. That's great. That's another reason why I got it, because I think it's essential.
I'm glad, man. Damn, I would have been. I love this fucking song. I would have been bummed if Black Sunday didn't make my copy.
Why isn't it not on the original? It's so good. I've heard conflicting. I've heard conflicting stories of why it wasn't on there. Like they didn't finish it in the first place, or the album did. The record didn't, label didn't want it on there. There's no real one reason why I heard it didn't make it, so I can't say why. But I think it's stupid that it wasn't on the original.
Yeah, because it really does. I mean, now in retrospect, yeah, the Crucifix is a great way to end the album, but I honestly think Black Sunday is even a better ending to this album because it, you know, my co-host on my podcast says, and he's so right. When you end an album with a killer track, you're wanting more. That makes the album better when you have a badass track ending it. And the Crucifix would have done a great job, but I like Black Sunday more than the Crucifix. I love the Crucifix. I think Black Sunday is my second favorite track on here. It's just awesome, man. The riffage on here is just so badass. Great driving track. I love that chorus. It's so fucking killer. Black Sunday. You know, I love that shit, dude. It's one of, you know, it's a great ass track, and it's to me a more fitting ending to.
I agree. I agree completely with that. It's a better ending. It's kind of like they have two ending tracks, and it's just a shame, for whatever reason, it wasn't on the original release. But it is fantastic. I love the screams Harry does on it. Yeah. The whole song. It's great, and it's just so baffling it didn't make it on there. But I mean, look at Reign of Tyrants almost didn't make it on the album.
Wow, that's insane. That's the best damn track.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
I'll have to send you a link to the original version Under the Knife, and you'll be like, what the? Maybe you might like it. I don't know. I'm
a weird guy, man. You know, I might.
You might be like, damn, this is better than the version.
Well, I don't know, man. It would have to be damn good because that shit's awesome.
I do not think it's good. Sounds completely different.
Nice. Well, I mean, we're done with the album, but if you were to tell people out there, you know, that want to get into Jag Panzer, would it be Ample Destruction, or would you pick another album to be like the gateway album for them?
Two schools of thought on that one. If they're open and they're just like they have a wide variety of like metal genres they like, 100% this album. This album, perfect way to start them off. It's my favorite Jag Panzer album. One of my favorite albums of all time. To me, it's all killer, no filler, and I would say that one. But if you're like it's more of like a younger fan, a younger person, or you're more power metal, Then I would say mechanized warfare, because mechanized warfare is it's a close second, and it's just a kick. It's got that flair of being like power metal, but also being like badass, and like I think it can please both straightforward, like just traditional metalheads and power metal people. I like both. I love both albums though, so I'm not sure how familiar you are with mechanized warfare though.
No, I don't, man. Man, I'm gonna send you a picture later of the Jag Panzer little slipcase thing I have. I know I have one of their CDs, but I can't remember the name of it. And I haven't popped it in since you sent me this, so I should pop it in too and listen to it. It may be that one. It may be. I don't know. But dude, this was great. And I do want to take the opportunity to say that, dude, I really appreciate you. I appreciate your support for my channel and your donations and getting me all this killer metal. And you're from Canada, dude. That shit ain't cheap. So I really do appreciate, you know, what you've done for me, man.
Oh, I appreciate what you do for all of us and your channel, and it's just that it's my favorite that you got there. I love how much content you put out. That Suck versus Suck Bon Jovi and the Poe.
I just put, as we're recording this, I just put that up today, and I got to go check what the people are saying. I forgot that shit already because I scheduled shit.
I had a great laugh. I think it's one of the best, maybe the best Suck versus Suck yet. It's funny for so many reasons. It was so good. You suffer for your art for us, so we don't have to.
But you know, I mean, the truth is, man, I have so much fun doing it. You know, listening to these fucked up songs, I'm like, oh, you know, and I'm not like, you know, oh, I gotta come up with something witty. No, it writes itself, dude. It writes itself. While I listen to it, I'm like, when I'm taking notes, I'm like, what the fuck? Let me write this, you know? It's like I don't have to think about it. It just flows out naturally because I really have a disdain for these bands, but at the same time, it's like, hey, I got something to say about these guys, you know? But, you know, and I also want to say, because a great, awesome friend of mine, Aaron Camaro. No, it wasn't Aaron Camaro. It was Edwin Canastracci, and I want to plug his YouTube channel. He was saying, man, ever since you retired, you put up so much content. Well, I'm going to give a little spoiler to everybody out there. The reason that you see videos every day, I don't make a video every day. There's actual times I take like 10-day breaks. But when I make videos, I make several a day. And then I take like 10 days off. There's actual times there's times I've taken 2 weeks off and I'm not making a video for 2 weeks. And yet you'll see a video put up every day. Because sometimes I go a little overboard. And it's like, God damn, man. I'm never going to catch up to these videos. I got to stop. I need to stop because I have so many videos on schedule, you know? And it looks weird because my hair grows really quick. So some of these videos it's shorter, longer, shorter, longer. So I'm trying to like get rid of everything. Now, the month of March that we're approaching in now, there are holes. There are many holes, many days that I don't have something up. So this will be up fairly soon. I'd say less than 2 weeks, you know. But yeah, I make videos. I made videos with Will Carroll of Death Angel the other day. I mean, a week ago. And he wrote me today going, dude, when's it going up? I said, it's coming up Wednesday, you know, but, you know, there's times I make videos and they won't come up for weeks, you know. So, you know, that is my little secret. I take a lot of breaks, man. If I do 2 days worth of videos, I take 10 days off.
Oh, awesome. But I appreciate it. They're awesome. I love them. They make my day, help make my day. I love your opinions. I love hearing just the genuine, just sincere your thoughts on an album or a band and just going through stuff, and then the creative stuff with the random grabbing the albums. I love that. Just to grab 10 random vinyls and CDs and talking about them. Those are cool. I just like everything. The Kiss Wednesdays, everything is good. So, and just don't burn yourself out. And I'm glad it's just by the sounds of it.
That's the trick, Jackson. It's like taking 10-day breaks. You don't get burnt out. You know, I mean, and there, you know, when I take a break is when I go on live, YouTube live. That's like when I go on YouTube live, that's at least like 4 to 5 days already I haven't done anything. and I'm bored at home night. Let me go say hi to the people. But that's already meant, like, as we speak, like the next week, every day is already scheduled. I don't have to be home. I put it up. I schedule it for 4 p.m., whatever. Like now, like what you just brought up, Suck versus Suck. I was like, oh yeah, it's already up. It's not like I sit in front of my computer. All right, play it now. No, I have that. I have shit. I actually next month I have shit spread out. Like I have stuff at the end of the month too, but there are holes during the week. So this one definitely will be up because I love when I have guests too. You know, I love to have videos with guests, and I love to have you back on, man.
Oh, thank you. I'd love to be back on that. If you had time, I was going to ask too. Sometime I would love to do a track by track of the debut, two of my favorite debut albums of this album and Wasp's debut, because they came out the same year, the same month. And if you add the Black Sunday and you take out the instrumental, because one of the versions has that, you have 10 tracks versus each other. And I would love to do that with you because that'd be great.
It will be done, my friend. I will make sure we're going to make that happen. But you know I'm old, so you need to remind me.
I just always take it because you're busy, but just in general. But I'm glad. It makes me feel better that you got plenty of time to relax and do other things and just enjoy life. And then when you want to do this on your own terms, you can just do a whole day of video. So it just makes me feel a lot better.
Dude, I get pumped up. I get psyched because I haven't made a video in like 10 days or 2 weeks. I get psyched, and I already plan it out. I have everything written down. I'm going to do it track by track. I'm going to talk about this album. I'm going to do this and that. And I spread it out through the whole day. Now, I don't make a video and then stop the camera and go right back, change my shirt and make a video. No, I take a couple hours and do shit around the house and then go back and do, like I make a video every couple hours. And then at the end of the day, it's like 7 videos. And I have a whole week's worth of shit, So I can, and then I'll have, and then I do some more the next day. Then I take like two weeks off, because I am busy too. It's not like I'm home all the time, So when I know I have like a busy schedule coming up, I find that day. Like today is one of those days. Today I didn't do jack shit, and I had to, I had some friends invite me over, and I'm like, dude, I fucked you over last time, dude. I ain't gonna do it again, And I'm gonna do a podcast again now after we're done here, and it's never ending, dude. And I am this type of person that I just can't sit home and watch TV. I got to do something productive, and this is productive to me. And podcasts and yapping, and just I love it, dude. And I love having people like you on my channel because you're such a supporter, and I appreciate you, brother.
Oh, me too. Can I show you something cool? But I don't know your schedule, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just want to take up a bit of your time. But I got cool recently. I've been getting pretty friendly with Sleazy P. Martini of Guar, the guy, Don Draculich, and I pay sub to his channel. I talked to him like he's a special call-in time show, and I call in like to talk to him for like a half an hour with a bunch of other people and shoot the shit that I bought from the site. I bought it's signed by him too about the decade of Guar. Signed it too. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can. I can see it clear. What is that, a book?
No, it's just the whole decade of concerts. So it's like 5 discs of like concerts from Guar from like the 2000s, and they're shot pretty good. I love the way. I love it when they shoot concerts when it's like only 3 cameras. They don't jump around too much.
Oh, yeah, I can't stand those quick edits.
Yeah, I hate those too, and that's why I was like kind of worried when I got it. I got support, and then hopefully. But no, there's not too many quick edits, so it doesn't suck me out of it. It's done perfectly. There's just, camera changes at the right time. And when you want to see the solo, you can see the solo, and you want to see like that. It's really well done. I liked how it was good. I'm like, yeah, damn, this is better than most concert DVDs. And then I got a poster signed from him, and then I bought like the pin. But he's cool to talk to. So like, well, and he's got like. I talked about music too, and he likes a lot of through. He's got some stories of the Mentors and El Duce too. I've talked to him. If I can get him, I wonder if you'd want him sometime. I don't know. I'll try and see if I can ask if he would go and do the show. You got way. It's like he'd be interesting for you to talk to.
Well, if I ever get an interview with him, I would like you to join me, so we can all talk to each other. I'd like you to be part of it. Thank you so much, Jackson Rawding, you rule. But you know that. And, I look forward to, having you back on, and hopefully with Sleazy P. And it's been real, my brother. And again, I can't thank you enough for sending me this awesome vinyl, which, by the way, in my opinion, this is the best cover out of all of them.
I gotta agree on that. I will have a soft spot for the original cover.
and even more special that it was actually a bootleg that came up with that cover, and then they stole it. That's justice, man.
Yeah.
That's metal as fuck.
Fuck yeah.
All right, bro. Hey, so Jackson, I got 3 things to say to you. Stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath. And SHMACKEMAGOB!
SHMACKEMAGOB!